When it comes to buying the right model, there's so many factors to consider, and that's why today we picked and reviewed the best models for you and ranked them by price, quality, performance, and more. You can check their prices and find out more information by using the links in the description down below. Now, let's go straight to the list.
Today, we will be taking a look at the top 5 running shoes on the market today. Number 5. Brooks Hyperion Tempo. The Brooks Hyperion Tempo was announced in January 2020 and went under the radar for a bit, partially due to the lockdown and partially because Brooks is one of those brands only hardcore runners know about. A shame, since the American manufacturer has produced a lot of amazing running shoes and still does. The Hyperion Tempo being a very good example of that. The Brooks Hyperion Tempo is marketed as a training shoe to go with the carbon-enhanced Brooks Hyperion Elite. But unlike the Elite that uses the DNA Zero midsole, the Tempo is using the brand new nitrogen-infused DNA Flash midsole that I'm sure we'll hear more about in the future. In the press briefing in January, Brooks's Blue Line senior manager Nikhil Jain explained that the main aim with the Hyperion line was to reduce deviation from the ideal stride, which in turn would result in better energy return and less fatigue. Running in the Brooks Hyperion Elite feels light and responsive indeed. The midsole is springy, but not so much that it would hinder your efforts. I would characterize it supportive bounce that reduces some of the impact force from the heels and creates a smoother transition from heel to toe. I also found the upper a good fit. Not race tight, but not too baggy either. The slits at the front of the woven upper allow air to enter, and since the fabric doesn't sit too close to the skin, your feet will be kept cool and collected even after long runs. Maybe not marathon distances, but 10 to 20 kilometers for sure. My only issue with the Brooks' Hyperion Tempo is the availability. Just like many other premium shoes nowadays, the Hyperion Tempo never seems to be in stock in its full size range. I understand that lockdown has increased demand and probably severed supply chains from Asia, but it would be nice to have this shoe in stock for more than a week at a time. One can hope. Number 4. On Cloudflow. On's Superfoam delivers a soft yet responsive running experience, regardless of the temperature, giving you the same dynamics all year round. The Helion works hard to reduce impact force as you land, while the cloud elements at the front help you lift off the ground more easily and efficiently. Does this combination work? It does, and brilliantly so. The upper is a low-profile mesh that holds your feet in the right places and feels top quality too. Not to mention, the design of the shoes is pretty amazing. Not often do you see such an eye-popping design in full-fledged running shoes. Probably the biggest issue on the On Cloudflow is its looks. You won't want to get it dirty and run around in puddles, fearing the shoe might lose its box-fresh look. You can also go for the black colorway, of course, but with such great color gradients available, why would you? Number 3. ASICS METARACER. The ASICS METARACER is a brilliant road running shoe that combines sublime ground contact feel, impact force reduction, and dynamic propulsion to create the best ASICS running shoe in 2020, maybe even 2019. The Flight Foam midsole is soft under the heels and lets you steer your feet effectively, while the embedded carbon plate at the forefront pushes you forward as you effortlessly cruise through your long-distance runs, let it be a race or a tempo run. The engineered mesh upper is flexible, following the contour of the foot closely, and despite the minimal amount of padding involved in these shoes, the METARACER is comfortable to wear and there is no sign of rubbing anywhere, even after long distances. For the record, I haven't done a marathon distance in the shoes, in one go anyway. All this running goodness comes assembled in an attractive package with bright colors and a chunky-looking midsole that's further emphasized due to the contrast between the off-white sole and the bright red upper. These shoes are made for running, and you will want to run in them as soon as you put them on. They might not be cheap, but the ASICS METARACER is worth the price and will delight your feet as well as make you faster on the road. Number 2. HOKA 11 Carbon X. Packed with top-notch HOKA technology, the HOKA 11 Carbon X's best selling point is a carbon fiber plate providing a smooth transition through the gait cycle, combined with a signature HOKA cushioning. The Carbon X is ideal for runners' wide feet. The spacious but snug 4-foot platform provides support and stability, holding your feet just enough so it doesn't slide around the shoes, whilst the upper mesh offers breathability. And the looks. The thick sole profile drops only 5 millimeters from heel to toe, but the Carbon X seems agile and ready to go at all times. The embroidered heel not only reminds me of the Nazca lines in Peru, but it also provides extra support to the heels. One of the latest shoes on the list, the HOKA 11 Carbon X is a formidable competitor. It can't match the Nike Vaporfly for pure speed, but it's usable across both training runs and races and a fair bit more affordable. And you can't actually buy it. While Vaporfly is now rather scarce, with people asking for silly money for it online. Number 1. Nike React Infinity Run. The Nike React Infinity Run delivers on its promise, offering plenty of support in order to protect you from injury. The new Flyknit upper is comfortable yet firm, and there is no sign of chafing around the rear of the foot. The integrated knitted tongue and the lace closure helps the Nike React Infinity Run follow the shape of the foot as closely as possible. Despite all the injury-reducing protection, the fast tempo is guaranteed by the Vaporfly-like rocker sole geometry that merges landing and takeoff into one smooth transition. Very little energy is lost, and your legs will feel fresher for longer. For beginners or people with interesting running techniques, the Nike React Infinity Run will significantly reduce risk of injury. This doesn't mean you can just completely forget about correct running technique, of course, but it will definitely help you worry less as you run. More seasoned runners might just find the extra support a bit much, but even they will appreciate the supreme cushioning and energy return. As usual, a bonus option, the HOKA 11 Clifton Edge. The HOKA 11 Clifton Edge is first ever style extension of the very popular HOKA 11 Clifton series. Indeed, the Clifton Edge is edgy, figuratively and literally, as it introduces more style to the otherwise running trainer-looking Clifton series by adding a huge rim around the edge of the midsole. Interestingly enough, despite the chunky midsole, the Clifton Edge manages to retain the lightness of the Clifton series. Even the size 10 shoes I was testing only weigh just over 260 grams, which is crazy considering how big these shoes are. In theory, the extended heel is supposed to guide your feet as they land, and admittedly, the Clifton Edge is best for runners who land on their heels as opposed to forefoot strikers. Not saying they shouldn't buy the shoes, as even people who tiptoe will appreciate the looks of the Clifton Edge. Well, if you are into the HOKA 11 look. Truth to be told, the heel extension of the Clifton Edge is definitely less pronounced than the one found in the HOKA 10-9, but on those shoes, the mega heel serves a purpose, while in the case of the Clifton Edge, it is more of an aesthetics choice as opposed to actual enhancement of the running dynamics. The HOKA 11 Clifton Edge is well padded, especially around the collar of the shoes and the top of the gusseted tongue. The internal heel counter is super firm, yet wearing the Clifton Edge was a comfortable experience altogether. The pull tab at the heel was definitely a nice addition and made putting on the shoes much easier. I personally found the new high resilience foam a bit firmer, not in a bad way though, and it might just be due to the contrast and firmness compared to the other shoe I tested at the same time as the Clifton Edge, Brooks Glycerin 18, a super soft shoe, see below. The tight upper might also contribute to the feeling of firmness, although HOKA shoes tend to be on the firm side in general. HOKA's signature METARACER does the job perfectly here. The Clifton Edge rolls smoothly and feels snappier than how it looks. It's a weird sensation, seeing the bulk of your feet, but feeling light and springy. If you've ever run in a chunky HOKA before, you know what I'm talking about.
You can check out the prices of all the products mentioned on this list in the description below. Thanks for watching today's video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button for more content like this.